Jim Harbaugh spoke at a pro-life event over the weekend in Plymouth.
Free Press has the story.
Yes. So I mean, we're wondering what you think of coaches, athletes, entertainers, giving their opinion on social issues. Not whether you agree with what Harbaugh had to say, and just for historic purposes, he has been very outspoken on things like Black Lives Matter, and he's trying to do a lot. He's done a lot of great work trying to get, legal justice for people, working with the Obama administration and all that stuff. So he's not like Mr. Right Wing here. He's very religious, and he
and that's
supports,
why exactly. It's what informs his opinion on abortion. And this isn't the first time he brought it up. He brought it up a couple years ago, out of the blue, really. And, and this. The question, Stoney, you asked it in a good way. I mean, this isn't where do you stand on the issue, because I think this goes back a couple years ago when people were talking about George Floyd, and it wasn't, people said shut up and dribble, and it's no, you use your platform, use your voice, and I don't have to agree with what Jim Harbaugh says to think, use your voice.
And on this one, I don't, but that's okay. I'm not offended that he spoke, Well, whether I agree with it or not, that's what, you have that right to do. AC in Chesterfield, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, guys. I appreciate the topic you brought up. I'd like to bring up a different viewpoint from this. I'm a firm believer that you have to give everybody a voice, no matter, professional, even college athletes, whatever the case may be. But I like to see them kind of hold off until the off season to be very vocal. Now, let me explain why. I played college basketball. I've also been a coach for many years. That is maybe has a platform higher than others, and they're speaking on their opinion. It really kind of starts taking the focus away from the team, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to see them have whatever platform they have. They got there because of who they are, what they can do. But I'd like to see them use that more on the off season, and be able to focus more on winning championships or trophies, whatever they're trying to do during the regular season, and try to keep it more team-oriented. Is it ever going to happen? No, it's probably wishful thinking. But I'm for whatever they believe in, have a voice, have a platform, speak it, use it. But I think that they should do sometimes a better job of when they are using that voice.
Time
away.
And I think
time and place.
And I think that's fair. I think, unfortunately, the world doesn't operate like it will only have social issues happen during your off season.
There's the dead period of recruiting, but that's the time you can speak on social issues.
Exactly.
Here's some ticket text. If you don't want to piss people off, why even bring it up? Well, obviously, he probably doesn't care. Other people don't care that they're pissing people off. They want to get it off their chest. I have no problem with athletes or performers expressing their views unless it becomes part of their performance. That's KB in Oxford. I completely understand that. We give celebrities the pedestal. They are free to use it as they like. I do not mind coaches, athletes, celebrities giving me an opinion on subjects like this, but I do not lend it any more weight than I would anyone else's. And I still consider everything to form my own opinion, which sometimes is the problem, that people don't think. It's about celebrities and stuff. They follow them blindly for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Bingo. That is great. I think you want to hear personal stories from people. You want to hear how things affect people. But at the end of the day, you have to think for yourself. You have to make your own decisions.
There are people.
You can't follow someone like a cult-like figure.
Correct. There are people who can't separate the artist from the art.
Sure.
Like Mel Gibson and his family, historically very anti-Semitic. Okay. Me being Jewish, if Lethal Weapon comes on, I'm still watching. There are some people who refuse.
Who won't, yeah.
Who won't. There are musicians who, with their policy towards Palestine or Israel, whatever side they're on, the fans of theirs decide not to be fans anymore because of to me, I don't know. If the music or whatever is good, still watch it or whatever. But you have your own right, absolutely. Dave in Clinton Township, what's going on?
Hey, yeah, I certainly agree that they have a right to say it. I'd rather not hear it because I use sports entertainment as my kind of 2.5 hour, 3 hour getaway, my time to think. And it's not changing anybody's mind. Nobody was for police brutality, saw Colin Kaepernick kneel and say, you know what, maybe I should rethink this. It actually strengthens the resolve of the other side, and it also chooses people to take sides and divides us as a nation.
Well, I don't think anybody saw that and said, I'm for police brutality, but I think in that case, people maybe became more aware of some of the things that were going on that they wouldn't have before. I don't know. Emphatic no. If I go to a restaurant, I go to eat, not listen to political commentary. When I watch sports, I do so because it's an escape from the world. People should stay in their lane. Okay, are you watching sports? Now, granted, when Black Lives Matter came out, there were all banners and things like that on the court and things like that. So even if you wanted to get away from that, in some aspects you couldn't. But you're talking about, for the most part, if you're watching sports, none of this stuff is happening during the games, right? For the most part?
No, and okay. Sometimes there are things in life that you do need to confront. I know people don't want to, but sometimes there are things in life that you shouldn't just shut up and bury your head in the sand and dribble the ball and shoot the puck and score the touchdown. Sometimes you do need to be forced to confront some pretty messed up stuff that's happening.
Stoney, here's the truth. If people only want to hear famous people speak on it when it's their own opinions coming out of those famous people's mouths.
Ding.
Yes. I don't mind when celebrities voice their opinions, but most of the time it's like they think they know more than the average person. And for the most part, that's not true. I don't think most celebrities have a political science degree. That's from Gregory in St. Clair Shores. Hey, Cookie, shut up and talk. Hello.
Well, hey, Heather, I do want to get your thoughts on this. We've been just kind of yakking it up here. You've been sitting here. I mean, what are your thoughts?
I agree with everything you guys are saying and what most ticket texters are saying. Like, I think that celebrities, I don't follow a lot of athletes, shocker, but, you know, I follow actresses, actors, and a lot of them use their social media to voice their opinions on these types of topics. And they're humans, right? Like,
yes.
Outside of being an actress or an athlete or celebrity, they're also individuals with their own opinions. And while I may not agree with everything that celebrities say, I think it is important for them to share their opinion. And like somebody said, yeah, you can listen, you can hear what they have to say
or disagree.
Right.
And hopefully do your own research and come up with your own opinion. I think it's, and I like what somebody said, like, yeah, we put them in this position. We put them on a pedestal,
Great.
Let them use it. I also do agree, though, there is maybe a time and a place to voice these issues.
And that's fine.
And somebody pointed this out on the ticket text. Jim Harbaugh was invited to speak at that function, so what he says was asked to be heard.
Right.
When celebrities or athletes just randomly spew their point of view into social media is where I think they should just shut up.
But here's an issue that I think we have. I think people stay in their bubbles, their ideology and political bubbles, and they don't get confronted with anything that disagrees. They build kind of a fortress who they follow on social media, who they like on social media. The algorithm feeds into it, and you can have an idea of something without ever being challenged. It's okay to be challenged every once in a while, and maybe it reinforces your belief because you saw the other side. No, I'm still strong in my resolve. Or maybe you are forced to think of something a little differently. These aren't bad things. If an athlete posts something and you think, oh, my worldview's been challenged, that's a good thing.
Right.
It should either reinforce how you feel or it should cause you to think about it in a different way.
And if you're on one side of on the aisle, watch the other side just for the hell of it.
Flip it on,
I watch Fox occasionally just to see what's going on there.